Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. So last week, it sounded like a good idea for myself to do like 1 week on, 1 week off, so I could balance all my other projects out. However, this morning, my mental state was instantly cluttered with perhaps I would say negative things. And I thought, you know what? We are going to hang out with the new herb of the week. And when I looked and saw that it was mint, I started gathering the cards. Oh yes, gathering the cards. So we have mint as our herb of the week. Now, just the word mint to me is slightly undefining because, my thing with mint is when I see mint in a recipe, I'm like, all right, do you want peppermint? Do you want spearmint? Like, what kind of mint are we talking about here? Because, I feel like peppermint and spearmint are two totally different freaking mints. However, mint a lot of the time just gets put under mint. Okay, it's just mint, even though there's all types of horse mint, apple mint, cinnamon, spearmint, peppermint, black peppermint, catmint. I mean, you could really be like, yo, what mint do you want? The mint family, right? So anyways, we're under the umbrella of mint today, and we'll be powering up masculine force and clarity this week, which in my own personal life is always a good thing. Powering up masculine, having the ability to speak up for oneself and take action and things like that. And force, sometimes you really do have to direct your energy where you need it to go, or understand maybe force in a more universal way. I'm being shown here. Like the universe is your force, understanding that maybe it's not you in a way. Maybe masculine energy isn't just your force and your energy. Maybe it's allowing that force and that energy to flow through you, just like every fucking thing else. All right, so we're going to cover that this week. And clarity, of course, is a big freaking keyword with mint. Clarity. So it's actually on 2 of our oracle cards. We have an essential oil peppermint and then a mint from the Witch's Kitchen. And they both come with the key term clarity. So we're going to be hanging out with mint. I'm going to try to call it just mint, even though sometimes we'll have peppermint cards and there's a spearmint card, but it's mint. So we'll be talking about clarity, awareness, duality, inspiration, self-satisfaction, creative expression, good fortune, and exuding graciousness in all that we do. Those will be the topics of mint, and I think that's a good thing. I think I'll probably use some mint here before long. After I finish my tea, I'm going to go use my minty toothpaste. Mint is a big deal for us. Even people who don't think that they do herbs, even if they chew up a couple Tums or Altoids or not bubble gum, but chewing gum, they're tapping into the realm of mint. People love mint. It's very breath freshening. It's also really good, for a headache balm or things like that. When you drink a cup of peppermint tea, you're doing more than just feeling refreshed after you eat. You're helping your digestion. You could be calming any belly aches, gas, indigestion. If you're a hot-blooded mother trucker, drinking peppermint tea could help cool you. Putting a little essential oil in your lotion literally could cool your skin. Things like that. It's definitely a headache balm. But anyways, so I love that we're going to hang out with mint today. I love that I came back. Probably not going to have the perfect track record of I don't know. I don't want to set any limitations for myself. I'm surprised I came back. I am freaking surprised I came back. You can thank all the mother truckers who keep attempting to assault my good fortune in my life for really getting me fired up this morning. But also in that fiery rage, I had to have the clarity of peppermint come in to remind me that the universe takes care of me. And the universe takes care of you. Because the universe takes care of everyone. So I really am exercising a practice this week and really knowing that, it's not my money and it is not my job. It's the universe is going to take care of me because the universe takes care of everyone, which means the universe is going to take care of you and you and you and even you. So anyways, thanks for coming back to Ho. It was a good week last week. Just real quick, if you listen to the Friday Pick a Number, one of the piles had a message from the tsunami. And I just want to mention, it's not really that important, but I just want to mention to you that I never hear about tsunamis or talk about tsunamis or read about tsunamis. And I literally had 3 or 4 synchronistic mentions, random ass shit of like reading a chapter in a book and it talking about tsunami, hearing someone say the word tsunami. And then even last night, we were hanging out at my boyfriend's family's house, and his brother literally just goes, yeah, the other day at work I was asking everybody, like, what would you rather be in the middle of, a tsunami or an earthquake? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? A tsunami again? So if you didn't listen to last week's podcast, I'll just brief you quickly. Tsunami had a message of a wake-up call. And since pulling that card, I keep hearing the word tsunami, which is just entertaining to me at the least. Yeah, so I see you, tsunami. And I heed the message that the little things that start bugging me today, I don't want to let them gather enough momentum to come crashing in my world. I want to fix my vibration at the first sign of the storm. So that is definitely going to require the energy of MiNT this week, having awareness, having clarity, getting past any jealousy, lethargy, obstacles. That's what the peppermint card is that I'm looking right in the center. She's got peppermint for hair, you guys. She's holding a mint, which is green, which actually would be winter green. The green and white stripe mints. Yeah, that's winter green, just to make MiNT more confusing for us today. Peppermints are the red and white striped candies, but hey, MiNT. I am invigorated by the knowledge that the only obstacles in my path are the ones that I allow or create. So if I keep thinking about the shit that pisses me off, I am creating an obstacle. I'm creating a blockage. I'm creating a disallowance of the flow of energy that is meant for me. Good energy is meant for me. So these obstacles I have either allowed or created. So if I allow things to continue, even though I know better, because I'm like, well, you're being a bitch in your head. Yeah, you're allowing yourself to keep on being annoyed. You're allowing yourself to keep on building obstacles for yourself. So I am invigorated, just like peppermint is very invigorating. I am invigorated by the knowledge that the only obstacles in my path are the ones I allow or I create. So if I don't want them there, I was going to say the fuck there. If I do not wish for them to be there anymore, I will have the tsunami clear my path. Ooh, now I have moved away from fearing the tsunami, and now I'm going to let it clear my path, which then, as I turn on my light, so maybe I actually do want to see these cards, I look up to the top card, which is a card from the Oracle of the Essences, And there is a teacher reading a scroll to some young people maybe. And behind her are the rocks by the sea. And behind that is a big old wave splashing up. And so very much so the tsunami energy is here with us today, because we've got 2 cards up at the top from the Oracle of the Essences, the Spearmint, and right beside her the Peppermint, who literally has blue hair that look like waves of water. So there's a lot of water going on, a lot of water in these cards, because as I look down, there's a tarot card from the Herb Crafter's Tarot, a pitcher of mint water with 4 mason jars. The Witch's Kitchen down here at the bottom has a clear glass tea kettle where we can see the tea, we can see the mint leaves. We've got a drink, what is that, a mojito in the Good Fortune Priestess card from the Enchanted Spell Oracle. We've got a lot of water. So now I'm not surprised at all that the tsunami has been kind of making itself known to me. The crashing waves are up there at the top. The waves of blue hair over here with Peppermint, with inspiration and self-satisfaction. So creative expression. Mint wants to talk to us today about that. Like letting the blockages and obstacles go, like letting them be blown over by this flow of gushing watery energy, so that you can have this creative expression flow through you. You can be inspired, inspiration, in spirit. You can be inspired by being in spirit. And yeah, that is definitely going to lead to self-satisfaction, which would calm any jealousy or any obstacles. So it's good. It's good. And it all leads to good fortune. Once you get this clarity and you start exuding graciousness in all that you do, it clears any discontentment. Graciousness is certainly the minty remedy for discontent. All right, that sounds good. It sounds good. Abracadabra, and so it is. So that's the vibe that we're hanging out with. It's like every time you get kind of distracted with your mental obstacles, we'll call it that, and that starts to make you lethargic, maybe adds to some jealousy, maybe like your ego wants to think about how you've been shortchanged with good fortune because of this or that or who or that. Hey, every single time you can take a deep breath and have the cooling energy of mint help calm you down, bringing in that mental clarity. Have you ever opened a bottle of essential oil of peppermint, rubbed a little bit on your palms, stuck it not even that close to your face, instantly your eyes are tingling, and like you are waking up, you are receiving that clarity from peppermint. It will make itself known to you. It's going to be hard to think about anything else if you get peppermint oil on your eye. I definitely do not recommend it. And yeah, I think that's maybe what we need. So let's go up to the top. We'll just work our way down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mint cards. We've got 2 from the Oracle of the Essences. We've got 1 from the Enchanted Spell Oracle. We have a Botanical Whisper. We have a Herb Crafter's Tarot, a Witch's Kitchen. And then this last one is actually a new deck of mine. It's called Whispering Herbs Healing Cards. Whispering Herbs Healing Cards, and it's from Evelyn Molders. So we got a lot. Hey, I was excited to see how many people listened in last week. I was really surprised that you guys are still hanging around. Also, I did an Herbal Tarot podcast, and even 3 or 4 times as many people are still over there. I just thought that was cool, because I was sort of thinking maybe people would have forgotten about me since I was trying to forget about myself. Okay. All right. So spearmint and peppermint. Let's Talk about these. So the spearmint lady is fantastic. She is definitely a very well, I wanted to say educated, but it's like wisdom educated priestess. Yeah, she's a wisdom educated priestess. She's holding a scroll, like it scrolls out, not up and down, but left and right. She's holding it like that. And she's wearing like a light green dress with a gorgeous ocean colored cloak, and has a big head mandala medallion thing, and also a neck choker, which probably has a triangle symbol for water, I'm guessing. Anyway, she's friggin' gorgeous. Like, she's captivated everyone with her attention, and yet she's classy and civilized and honored. Not even classy, she's honored, you can tell. The worst distance between two people is misunderstanding. The wise words of Nitish Dixit. So, misunderstanding. The worst distance between two people is misunderstanding. Interesting. So, spearmint is related to the throat chakra. Her beautiful smell is very distinctive and attractive to many. Because of the low levels of menthol in comparison with peppermint, spearmint is widely used in the cosmetics industry. Spearmint helps with digestion, aids the respiratory system, and is also a powerful anti-inflammatory. Calming down your body, literally, is what mint helps you do. Now, spearmint encourages speech, being of the throat chakra. It also encourages writing and creative expression. So, mint this week is going to help you with your assertiveness, speaking your truth, your creative expression. Now, when the spearmint personality is positive, the individual can communicate easily and is confident in expressing their will. But if it's on the negative side, you could become closed up and afraid of speaking your mind. You could live in your head a little too much and write stories that have no basis, but are only attached to worry. Yeah, so if you've ever found yourself inclined to thinking the worst or conjuring up scenarios that are just, oh my God, do you want this bullshit to happen? Because you think about it all the time and you have these bogus scenarios, always thinking someone's going to do you wrong or betray you, or I don't know, you just find yourself fighting in your head all the time, worrying about things that could happen. You know what I mean? They have no basis. Your ego's just out of freaking control. So some people under the effects of this spearmint personality do speak their truth, but they do it in a way that is harsh and selfish. I can't imagine. Okay, spearmint helps you find kind words to stand your ground without hurting others. So she could literally be delivering bad news right now, but she's doing it in a way that's so divine feminine. It's really gentle and kind. She's not hurting them with this information. So that's kind of interesting that we're going to power up masculine on Wednesday or whenever I get to it. But yet spearmint is here at the beginning of the week with mint that's saying, yeah, you're going to be able to power up your masculine and say whatever it is that you need to say, but you're going to do it in a kind and gentle way. So spearmint is like a blue and green goddess. She is holding a scroll representing communication. So we've got to be able to communicate clearly with clarity, but also, with kindness and maybe creativity. So this card represents clarity and compassion. She is talking to a group of people sharing the truth. Okay, so she's probably reading like A Course in Miracles to these people. Hey, of course, shout out to A Course in Miracles. It's still helping me get through my life. Okay, she is talking to people. She's sharing truth. She's doing it with kindness and compassion. And there is a surge of power behind her, a big wave representing the upswing of energy and liberation when one speaks their truth. So maybe that's a tsunami too, like saying like, listen, if you don't start speaking your truth now, the truth is going to come out of you, but it could come out like a tsunami, a little too harsh, a little too like town smashing, like we want to do it as the waves come in and out, truth in, truth out, truth in, truth out. We don't want it to be retracted to the point of exploding too much power. And as you start to feel confident enough to speak your truth, that liberation is going to just be who you are, that power, that effectiveness. So here's what we can say. I politely and calmly speak my mind with clarity, confidence, honesty, and ease. I politely and calmly speak my mind with clarity, confidence, honesty, and ease. This is easy for me to be confident and honest and full of clarity. So you've got to find nice ways to express your truth. Not just like blurt out nasty because you can't hold it in anymore. Find nice ways to express your truth. You might also be guided to express your creativity in some way, like you've been putting it off. So that's what the tsunami too, the big wave is saying, don't put it off. Like if you've been, like the universe has been trying to inspire you to express your creativity, if you denied this creative expression, you've been putting it off for a while, like it's building up. So this is the sign you are waiting for. Go and do it. Go and do it now. Release this powerful wave of creative expression. All right, moving on to peppermint now besides spearmint, from the same deck. And I'm just sort of chuckling at myself because how spearmint was saying that you're like, what did it say? That have no basis, live in their heads and create stories that have no basis, but are only attached to worry. I used to do that all the time. Like that was a way of life for me. Like always thinking like how my boyfriend would like betray me or do something awful, like have all these stories in my head. And I still do it sometimes, I guess, like when I was just taking a little break here, thinking about MiNT, thinking about money, thinking about good fortune, and thinking about how, oh my God, I have like stories on stories of how I've been slighted in that department. And like, I can still totally conjure stories in my head. Like I could really always annoy myself and get myself going. But it's like, you have to get out of that practice, just like anything. Like, do you want to live your life like that, in your head like that, or not? So anyways, I'm just sort of laughing. And then so I took a little break and I went to the bathroom and I found myself totally, even though I have not done a hypothetical boyfriend situation in like a real long time, like I found myself conjuring up one in demonstration of like how I used to be all the time. And I was like, MiNT, like, why would you bring this up for me? Like I'm trying to not be like that. It does not feel good. So I'm just sort of laughing at some of the lessons and reminders and things that like always come up whenever I dabble in these cards. So peppermint, definitely having more menthol than spearmint, like So you can tell the difference with the essential oils or even with candies or tea. Peppermint has way more menthol. So it comes in with a message of inspiration and self-satisfaction. No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. So she's holding this flame. I didn't tell ya. She's got her hands around her heart center. And even though like she is all in water, she's got blue crystals behind her. She's got leaves, cooling energy everywhere. Her hair looks like watery waves. Her lips are blue. Her eyes are closed. She's got all these cool tones around her. But her hands are kind of like holding this flaming fire on her chest. So even though she's cool as a peppermint cucumber, you know how they say that expression, even though she's like super cool on the outside, inside of her are the flames of inspiration, of a good heart, of an alive heart, of a passionate heart. Peppermint connects to the heart chakra. We also see that on our final card, that's a heart chakra card as well. It connects to the heart chakra. It brings awareness to the heart. It brings awareness to the heart that is discouraged. It is activating, contagious, and easy to digest. So the peppermint positive personality is enthusiastic, cheerful, and fresh. Peppermint is that person who gets along with everyone. It is a breath of fresh air. However, when it is negative, it is insufferable, turning into a victim of a pessimistic mentality. So I can totally relate, and so can you, if you've ever been like, I just love everybody, everybody loves me, I'm a breath of fresh air, and then you get into a bad mood and you suddenly just light the flames of a pity party, and you are just, it seems like you just can't, it's like a tsunami wave hitting you again and again, like you just cannot get out of that pessimistic victim mentality. So you probably have experience with both sides of peppermint. Most people have. Peppermint personality has a deep-seated fear of being hurt. So a lot of these hypothetical visions that we conjure up from worry is from the fear of getting hurt, fear of getting betrayed, fear of getting made look the fool. My words aren't coming out that good, but you know what I mean? They're coming from a place of fear of you being done wrong, you being shorted and slighted and not respected. So this can be very deep-seated. This peppermint personality holds on to feelings until they come to the boil and explode out of the heart. So this is what this tsunami has been warning us for a few days now of what not to do. Now, as peppermint, the oil and herb have the ability to relax the muscles and regulate the temperature in the body. This is a great essence for headaches and also mental clarity. It opens up your airways and leads the way for anxieties and susceptibility to come out of your body through your breath. So if you have not been breathing, I know you get all stressed out, you want a menthol cigarette. Why? That peppermint is like allows you to let it go, but you could also just inhale some oil. You could also just put a little mint in the aromatherapy diffuser. You could just open up your heart. You could just know that you're going to take a deep breath and release these blockages. Blockages are significant, so make sure that you follow your emotions and explore possibilities that haven't been explored so far. So if you still are feeling like, like something's just blocking you from that clarity, if you're feeling unenthusiastic, you're feeling that lethargy, you're feeling flat, don't give up. MiNT wants you to keep on, okay? Even if you've been hurt, even if you are hurt, okay? Don't give up. You have developed wisdom Remember how spearmint that woman is so wise. You have developed wisdom inside of you that will now lead you into better experiences. So yeah, everything that you have experienced is teaching you, is guiding you, is you're learning, you're building on it in a positive way, okay? Now, if you're feeling a blockage and you need to acknowledge within yourself that you might be repressing something inside of you that wants to be free, that wants you to release it, that wants you to let it go into the ocean, or that wants to be creatively expressed, or just let it out truthfully. But don't be the tsunami. Just let it out gently, like a breath of fresh air. Look within, be bold, and let your true feelings emerge. So Peppermint here is closing her eyes. She's looking within. Even the little lady who's holding the peppermint candy, she's holding it up to her heart space. She's looking down. You can see her green eyeshadow. She's looking within. So even though it's a very exhilarating herb, mint wants you to reflect inward. Get inspired inward. Get very clear about what it is that you need to release first within you before you let it come out of you. Affirm to yourself, I love sharing my feelings with others. Expressing my emotions in a loving way comes naturally to me. So we want to be able to express all of our emotions in the way we're feeling and what we're sensing. And hopefully we can, even express like our graciousness, our gratitude, our creativity. So even though we've been kind of focused on expressing negative things, we want to be able to express everything with kindness. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I am invigorated by the knowledge that the only obstacles in my path are the ones that I allow or create. So something is not flowing or being expressed within me, then I need to go inside and sit with that until I gain pure, minty clarity. Wow, so mint really has a lot to say, and I'm trying to not feel rushed even though the outside world is rushing me. I'm going to try my best to not be the explosive tsunami when people keep testing my boundaries. Okay, so moving on to the Enchanted Spell Oracle, we have the card of good fortune. With this really fun priestess. She's wearing a green little dress. She's got red and white striped leggings. She's got red shoes. She's standing behind this triangle that says abracadabra, abracadabra, abracadabra. There is a drink with a little mint leaf in it. She's got cosmic blue and purple wings and energy behind her. She's got cosmic hair, lots of spirals, lots of triangles, good fortune. So, good fortune. Let's find it. Let's feel it. Let's have it. Let's let it flow. Luck, synchronicity, surprises, all of these good fun things with the mint, the mentha. Reviving and refreshing. Mint is a splendid herb often pressed into service to create prosperity, happiness, and good fortune in many spells. The green, crisp perfume of mint brings a wonderful sense of renewal to flagging spirits. So now we're going to talk about that lethargy that can happen if you're lacking the energy of mint in your life. Your spirit be flagging, dragging, lethargic AF. So we want the zest, the minty, the refreshing, the burning you into cooling awareness if we must. Mint is also associated with the third eye chakra, the energy center responsible for clear thought. So we've got it activating our heart chakra, now our third eye chakra. Mint has many cooling and healing medicinal properties. Yeah, mint is definitely basic when it comes to your herbal medicine chest. Like, you were using peppermint and mint before you knew you were an herbalist. Like, the first time you popped a peppermint Altoids when you just were feeling a little queasy after you ate something, you were practicing herbal medicine without even realizing it. So the priestess of good fortune is leaping through the air. She is so friggin' feeling joyful. She's surrounded by golden spirals and the magical abracadabra triangle. The ancient triangle symbol is said to bring unexpected good luck. The word abracadabra is thought to come from the Aramaic language and means, I create what I speak. So think about that. Abracadabra. I create what I speak. Am I speaking good fortune? Or am I speaking like victim mentality? Like, oh, this person screwed me out of money and this son of a bitch is trying to get money out of me and I will. I create what I speak. And I apologize for a little in your ear. That was gross. All right, so front and center of the card is a minty fresh decorative chalice containing a potion that creates good fortune. Okay, so we could literally make ourselves a refreshing, lucky mojo of mint. Okay, we could have a little mojito in our life. We could put a little creme de menthe and some fresh cream in a cocktail shaker. We really could. We could definitely drink a minty drink today, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic, and we could focus on the idea of good fortune and make ourselves a toast to positive luck. All right, or we could just eat some peppermint chocolate mint ice cream. Okay, I'm also down with that. We could just nibble on some fresh mint leaves if we have them growing in the garden, or go to Walmart and buy a fresh mint plant. They have them in the produce section. Just connect with mint, okay? So this good fortune card really wants us to be open to synchronistic events coming our way. Lucky chances, good fortune, surprising treats, wonderful experiences. All right, so instead of making up scenarios in our head that's victim mentality and from our fear of being betrayed or hurt, let's conjure up some visions in our mind of lucky, good fortune things happening or that have happened. Like, really, let's focus on how the universe does take care of us and always has taken care of us and always will. So the good fortune has begun in your life. She just wants you to say, abracadabra, I speak it and it is. Whoa, that feels pretty good. All right, I just put it all down. Leave it at that. Drop the mic. Draw some golden spirals, some abracadabra triangles. You really do have to take the energy that's flowing through with this mint and let it flow in a way that serves you in this dualistic world, because duality says, yeah, that energy could flow either way. Water can be a powerful force of electricity and influence. I'm seeing like rushing water carving out rock, like it's very powerful. Or it can be super duper destructive. That is how your thoughts are as well. Either you're using it to create structure in your life that you enjoy, a good fortune, or destruction, and nobody enjoys that shit. All right, so the Four of Water, we've got a blue jay on a bird bath. We've got a big old vase of mint water that's also being used like to just display all this mint, because if you grow mint, you probably have a lot of it. Some people are like, I can't get rid of the mint. Just roll your eyes at them. But like, seriously, there's a way to get rid of it. You share it, you drink it, you love it, you celebrate it, or you keep it in a container. It's a good border plant. If there's just an area that you just want to be taken over, like Egyptian mint or horse mint, some type of a taller mint is really good for a border. Peppermint to me has never been that like zesty, haha, peppermint jokes. Like it doesn't really get too crazy. It might have runners and spread down, but I mean, it just depends on what kind of mint. But it's really good to plant along the edge of your property or a space where you're like, good, you can have it. So the 4 of water, the 4s in this deck are all about borders, limits, and structure. So mint is perfect for the water, 4 of water. Take time to refresh your spirit. Prevent plenty from becoming too much, right? We want the water, but we don't, honest to God, we don't want the tsunami. And if you're feeling jealousy in your life, you can quench your thirst with gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude for all your good fortune. So yeah, it's a beautiful little dappled sunlight summer scene. I've been seeing blue jays lately. I think that's interesting. I'm not sure what that means for me. He has a very loud call, right? The blue jay. So that could be the throat chakra. That could be expression. That could be don't hold your things in. You know, like right now my mother's like texting me like she wants to come an hour early to get her hair done, which is fine because I owe her so much money I can't tell her no ever. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not the only person who owes you money. Like, do you do this to my sister? Like, I want to say things like that to her, but yet I also don't want to be mean and rude. But yet at the same time, there's part of me that feels like a tsunami experience waiting to happen. Oh, don't you just love people? Don't you just love ex-husbands who financially continue to try to ruin you any chance they get? Don't you just love all these potential things that we could focus on that we don't want more of? MiNT is saying, listen, what do you want more of? Do you want another glass of this refreshing mint water? Do you want to feel more gratitude? Yeah, sometimes life does lead to discontentment and even boredom. So if you feel like your lack of interest is keeping you from connection, you need to create nourishing space to contemplate your feelings. Like if your little bit of whatever is making you feel disconnected because of that miscommunication that you can have with people, you need to contemplate your feelings, create a nourishing space, and let the mint grow. Let the mint grow. Now, if you don't contain mint, it's true. It could overtake the whole garden, I suppose. But guess what? So can your feelings. So can those unwanted thoughts. So can that tsunami of negative energy. If you don't contain it, it could overtake your whole life. So you've got to replenish yourself. You've got to balance yourself. You've got to do uplifting things that keep your good fortune flowing. So mint tea is an energizing and refreshing medicine. And the message for us this week is to notice and appreciate the blessings in your life. Do not take them for granted. Build a foundation for emotional stability with a gratitude practice. So, yeah, like I need to just... So what? My mom wants to come over a little early and dip into my recording time. Okay. That's all right, because there's like 100 billion things I can be grateful that my mother has done for me. Or just the fact that I have a mom. Some people don't have their mothers anymore, you know? So yeah, like I should just be grateful. Sit quietly and bring your awareness to what you have overlooked. All right, so things that you could do with mint: make a foot bath, refresh your spirit. You could wear some mint on you, like in your talisman, or put it in a vial or whatever. Just have it to be your herbal reminder to help you contain overwhelming emotions, or to help you cool down. Or if you are feeling that fire that might burn you up from the inside out, whether that's physically as indigestion or emotionally as anger and jealousy. Let peppermint teach you to calm down. Let peppermint inspire within you to start a gratitude practice. Okay, make yourself a cup of peppermint tea, sit your ornery ass down, and start to feel gratitude in the witch's kitchen. Yeah, so I'll just move on to the next card since I need to get moving anyways, I suppose. So yeah, feeling gratitude, feeling grateful. This week, maybe I could dust off my Grateful Goddess Appreciation Journal and write 5 things every night that I've appreciated about that day that has made my heart sing in a beautiful, loving way. Not the sarcastic gratitudes. Not like, oh, I'm glad I didn't kill so-and-so. Right? We don't want to be sarcastically grateful, like genuinely grateful. MiNT, clarity. Understanding is hard to find. I'll breathe my power through your mind. Add my leaves to a pot of tea, then sip, and you will better see. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. So yeah, I'll probably have to come back later and do the affirmations. Maybe re-listen to all of this myself. But yeah, this magic that we can work today, because what we think about, abracadabra, that's what we will manifest. Do we want to manifest clarity? Or do we want to manifest lethargy? Or is it lethargy? When you just can't think straight, when your brain feels foggy, you can rely on my refreshing magic to clear the mind, enhance the intellect, and bring about mental clarity. Yeah, I am MiNT. My cooling qualities will soothe and calm you from the stressful effects of overthinking, as well as physical ailments such as sore throats and indigestion. So it's good for so much. Peppermint, mint, spearmint, it's saying, allow me to sharpen your words so they are fully understood as I sweeten your breath. So you can have clear communication with a sweetness to it, with a breath of fresh air. It's accepted easily by others, right? Minty. Add my leaves to running bath water to indulge in a rejuvenating soak. And as you relax the mind, place fresh peppermint leaves on your forehead to relieve nervous tension headaches. Oh yeah, I mean, you can just totally chew up, like black peppermint literally tastes like toothpaste. If I was out working in the yard a long time and I was starting to feel, I would just chew up some mint. Soon the visions you've been asking for will become lucid, and you will gain a greater understanding as you trust in the messages of your inner witch. So as we gain our visions, as we see clearly, we can speak clearly that which we want to manifest, and things become very lucid indeed. So a little history. Greek legend speaks of Minth, a river nymph. Hades fell in love with her, but his wife, Persephone, cast a spell to turn her into a plant. To protect Minth, Hades gave her a magnificent smell so all would remember her. I'm so tired of husbands. In many ancient cultures, mint was offered to guests as a sign of friendship when they came to visit homes and businesses. So it is very welcoming. It's very well accepted. I personally do know people that hate peppermint. They don't like it at all. They really do not. I've met several people that do not like mint or peppermint patties or whatever. They freaking hate mint. And then I don't know if it's subconsciously or what, but I always seem to offer mint to these people. Hey, maybe the menthol is too strong for them. Anyways, if you want to freshen your breath, you can make a paste for fresh breath. Mint is also good for acne, body odor. You take 1 cup of freshly chopped mint leaves, put it in a saucepan, cover them with water, bring it to a boil, let it cool. Now in another bowl, you place a 1/2 teaspoon of sunflower oil, 1/2 cup of cornstarch, and make a paste with that little bit of oil and a little bit of cornstarch. Take the mint leaves out of the saucepan. You could strain it if you want. Add it to the cornstarch mixture, and then return it to a medium heat until it boils. And then you've kind of made a mint paste. Toothpaste, acne paste, armpit paste, butt paste. I probably wouldn't put it there, but wherever you want to put it, go ahead, my dear. All right, so we found ourselves at the end of this minty podcast. My arms are crossed and my face is snarly. So I feel like there's quite a bit I need to digest personally with mint. I exude graciousness in all that I do. I mean, I can say that, but I will tell you honestly, I am not feeling that right now. I really am not. So it's something for me to work on, right? Just as peppermint and spearmint and all types of mint will aid my digestion, it can also help aid my discontentment that, I can blame on other people as much as I want. However, it is my abracadabra. It is my way of thinking that leads me to be in a state of gratitude or not, to be in a state of good fortune or lack of, to be in a state of inspiration and self-satisfaction while I creatively express myself, or choose the latter, which could be just exhaustion, foul feelings, jealousy, obstacles, strife, tsunamis. Yeah. Think about how your mouth feels after you have not brushed your teeth for a while. Just muck. It's up to me and it's up to you how much mint we let in our life, how much clarity we allow, how much we tap into our inner witch, how much we live in a state of graciousness, how refreshing we allow life to be or not. So anyways, mint is our herb of the week. I hope I did an okay job with this, with putting it in the spotlight. I know it has lots of affirmations it wants to say, so let's get on that. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our cooling herb of the week, mint. I create what I speak. I politely verbalize my mind with clarity and confidence. I express my emotions in a loving way that feels easy. I am honest. I am refreshed with clear awareness. I exude graciousness in all that I do. I create what I speak. I politely verbalize my mind with clarity and confidence. I express my emotions in a loving way that feels easy. I am honest. I am refreshed with clear awareness. I exude graciousness in all that I do. And so it is. Well, now, those turned out nicely, didn't they? It was great here sitting with mint. I just put on my peppermint lip balm. Oh yeah, that fresh minty vibe as I spit out truths and kindness and lovingly tell everyone to kiss my ass. Literally. I see now down at the bottom, our last card was number 69. All right, you guys, so make sure that you're expressing what you need from everyone. and creatively expressing the inspiration that flows through you, making sure that you are very much aware of the clarity within, the good fortune without, and all of the good things that MiNT has brought to us today. Creating what we speak, being confident, being loving, being kind, finding that self-satisfaction from your creative expression. And yeah, exuding graciousness in all that I do. That's going to be the one that I work on the most this week. And I like these affirmations a lot because they're all going to really add so much to our character if we can say them and believe them to be true as we manifest them in our life. Because yo, baby, honey bear, that's what we do.